Tell me how you got started in acting.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised, so I started in school, in college. I didn't really act as like a kid. That's what I did. I mean, I started at the University of Michigan, and I never looked back. Once I started, I was like, this is what I want to do. So I was single-minded. But with that, along the way, you have to find those mentors and people that really push you and believe in you. I mean, I don't know about you, Jackée, but immediately I was like, can I go to New York? I was obsessed with New York. I was like, now? I mean, do you think I'm ready? Anytime I worked with somebody. And they said, well, you're going to know you when you're ready.
I guess through faith. It started, I went to a school in the Bahamas where I grew up. And it was a play, Sir Oliver's Song, that we were performing, and I had an opportunity to audition for the lead, and I got the lead in the play back in 6th grade. So that was my first acting experience.
But I took lessons with him in New York on the Lower East Side of the Henry Street Settlement, Woody King's Henry Street Settlement, for 5 years. So study, know your lines, show up, know your lines, be prepared. And if you don't want to do acting for the rest of your life, don't start, because it's a lifelong career. And even at this age, meaning I don't care, I'm still hustling. And we were talking about that we're still working.
Oh my gosh. Well, I was in art school and I didn't have 10 cents to my name. So like everybody else back in the 60s, I put a band together. And since I couldn't sing very well, I started telling stories between the songs, and that turned into a comedy act. And one thing led to another. Was on the road for 17 years, made 8 albums, got sick of it and said, I think I want to act. Went over and read for something and got the part, and I've been doing it for 40 years.
What would you say to someone who's watching right now and they're a little afraid, but they know they want to get into acting and step out into the industry? What would you say to them?
Well, it's always, everything starts with, a first step. The fear is not something, or the anxiousness that comes with beginning anything in life. That's the right feeling to have. I think a lot of people get hung up on that in some way maybe they're not supposed to have those feelings when they begin something. That's exactly how you're supposed to feel. So know that you're in the right place. Know that if you're thinking about doing something and you feel, nervous about it or apprehensive or scared, those are natural feelings. So don't think that in any way you have to be the best at that thing on day one. See, like a lot of people get stuck starting because they think of all the legends that are doing it, or the people that are at their best at that, and they think by tomorrow they're supposed to be on their level. Well, that's not real. That's not really realistic. So the realistic approach is to say, okay, well, I'm going on this journey for the next however many years of my life.
I would say if you're not a little bit scared, then you're not doing your job, because it's not for everybody. And there is a lot of competition out there, and you should be fearful enough to put all your energy into it. But the other thing is, I read an article once, they were talking about stars, they were like Robert Redford and Al Pacino and people like that, and they were saying they said the average gestation period from when they decided to be an actor or went to school and became a star was about 10 to 12 years.
Here's what it is. I tell young actors this all the time. You have to define yourself to others, especially in this business. Every time we come into a room, you can't put yourself at the mercy of someone else who says, oh, I know what you can do. Mm-hmm. No, you have to every day say, no, I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to tell you what I am capable of. Do not wait for others to define you. Define yourself to others. That's what I'd say.
I say look up 2 words. Vocation, because you're going to need one. In any of the arts, it's not going to pay your bills for a long time. Look up vocation, and then look up avocation, which is what you do from the heart. And you should approach anything like that just from the heart. And then, of course, we all hope that our vocation becomes our avocation, becomes our vocation.
Yeah, be patient, be kind to yourself. Realize that you're going to hear the word no a lot.
Yep.
And you're going to have to bounce back from that and go again.
What about you? How'd you find your mentor?
Like I said, the late great Dick Anthony Williams, and but he introduced me to Bill Duke, the actor Bill Duke, who had a class. Now you take acting classes, but also take physical classes. Bill Duke taught physicality, meaning how to move around. You see how we move? We can get around and wrestle on the floor. Now that sounds very simple, but a lot of people have shame and shyness and all that. They don't know how to do it. He learned how to trust your space. You know, it's like when you see Denzel doing Equalizer, or you see some action movies, you see him. They've learned how to do that. Have no fear of who you are when you work in your space. So you got to learn from other people. People introduce you to people, places, and things. When you're an actor, you got to go to classes, you got to go with other people, you got to go to school, and that's where you meet other people, and they take you to meet other people. That's how you meet your eventual mentor if you're lucky.
What's one of your favorite roles that you've played so far?
Well, you were on set here at the Cool Kids, so this comedy is always something I really look forward to doing when I get the opportunity to do. And in this case, with comedic legends to learn from and to share the set with is always takes me to another level in my excitement. I've done drama, I've done sitcoms, I've done many different roles, many different characters. I've played villains, I've played goofballs, I've played love interests. I would say the last 2 years for me has been probably the most enjoyable phase in my career. I've been a part of a TV series called Greenleaf that is very faith-based.
I haven't played it yet.
There you go.
No, I haven't. The actress called Diana Sands. She was my role model. She died. She was 43 years old, and she was in Raisin in the Sun, the film Raisin with Sidney Poitier. She plays a sister Benita. She's wonderful. She was a wonderful actress. So I based my life on.
Well, in the beginning, I read about the Negro Ensemble Company. So when I came to New York, I'd done a play on Broadway, and then a friend of mine.
Soldier's Story.
Soldier's Play.
Soldier's Play. In the movies, it was called The Soldier Story.
Mm-hmm.